What's up, everybody? It's Minister Crush here, and today I want to ask you a question. And the question I want to ask you is, are you asleep? And sleep, I don't mean by sleeping in a bed or physically sleep, but are you just drifting through life and allowing things in life just to happen to you, or are you actively affecting life? I feel like most people get 24 hours of the day, and out of that 24 hours, they spend 8 hours sleeping, and then they get up and then they spend 8 hours at work, and then they come home, and then they spend roughly about 8 hours or so at home doing who knows what. Whether that's watching TV, whether that's scrolling social media, playing video games. And the concept about this is you have to understand, if you are just drifting through life, if you are just going through the motions, you're asleep. You're asleep. You're not actively doing anything to affect change. Your life is on autopilot. Wake up, go to work, come home, go to bed. Wake up, go to work, come home, go to bed. Day after day in the same routine over and over again. And my mentor asked me this. My mentor David, he asked me that. When I first met him, and I was wondering what he meant by it, because I didn't think he was. I thought he was talking about me because I'm a bigger dude, and so my eyes kind of a little tight. But I was telling him, no, I'm not asleep. I'm paying attention to everything that you're saying. He's like, no. Are you going through life like you're asleep? Are you living your life on autopilot? Or are you actively affecting change? Are you actively doing things? And most people spend their life asleep. If you come home and then you get on a video game for 3 to 4 hours, you're asleep. If you come home and you call your significant other and you spend 2 hours on the phone just gossiping, sleep. People who watch hours and hours of TV, watching hours and hours of movie, sleep. And I want you to understand that society has actually set it up to be that way. They want you to be asleep. They don't want you to be actively thinking. Why? Because it's easier to control people who are ill-informed, uneducated, and broke. And that's the state they want to keep you in. So how do you know this to be true? That's the reason why athletes get paid millions and millions of dollars. Some get paid hundreds of millions of dollars to keep you asleep. So you're spending all your time, energy focusing on these people over here living their dream while you're over there living your nightmare. They're not paying attention to you. They're paid to keep you asleep. Sports entertainment. Entertainment's in the name. It's in their contract. Entertainment. Actors get paid millions and millions of dollars to make a movie for you to watch over and over again to keep you asleep. And the thing about it is, now social media, they have gotten themselves in the game. And they do it better than actors. They do it better than athletes. Because they do all the things that they need to do to entertain you, and they'll do it to a soundtrack. They do it better than musicians to keep you entertained and keep you asleep. So my question is, are you asleep? Like, what is keeping you in that state of comatose? Like, God has given everyone a gift that needs to be used for the purpose of affecting change in the world that He's placed you in. But the problem and the danger of sleep is that we spend too much time ignoring the gifts that we have and spend a lot of time on pleasure, a lot of time subsiding the pain. And what is that pain that we're feeling? The pain is the fact that we don't fully like the way that we are living. We don't fully like the state that we're in. We want to change. But we know that change takes away some of the things that we like doing. Change takes away the fact that I like going to the movies. But if I want to change, I have to cut that out. Those of you who like video games, you like Call of Duty, you like 2K, you like Madden. And I know these games because I used to play them. Until I realized that, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping on my life. And sleep is the most expensive habit that you can have. Why? Because it costs you. It's costing you time, which is a limited resource. We do not have infinite time. I know this every single day that I speak to my grandparents and I talk to them. Both of them are in their 80s. My grandfather told me that when he goes on a vacation, he enjoys it because he does not know how many more vacations he has left. If God willing, he gets 10 more years to live. And every year he takes a vacation. That means he only has 10 more vacations left. Like, you got to think of life that way. Time is not a unlimited resource. It's a very limited resource, and it's the most valuable resource that you have. You don't have time to spend wasting it on sleep. Those gifts that you have, those abilities that you have, the problem is we think that it's not important. We think that no one cares. But then we'll get online and we'll get on social media and we'll see someone else doing the same thing that God has blessed us to do. And we think it's okay for them to do it. Because we have this, it's just me syndrome. It's just me-itis. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares that it's coming from me. They don't want to hear it from me. And because of that, we're cool with staying asleep. We're good with subsiding the pain. Instead of using that pain should be the push to make change. Like, when you find that pain point, you should want to change it. You should want to come out of it. And it's going to require a lot of sacrificing the things that you want to do, the things that you like to do. Because you found something that you know is necessary. Something that God has called you to do, and now you're walking in that calling. Sleep is too expensive. You don't have time to be asleep. Today you need to wake up. Wake up and walk in the purpose that God has given you. Like, I tell everybody all the time when I'm doing these lessons, I'm telling them, there is something that you know that I don't know. I didn't live your experience. I didn't live your life. You lived it. You learned it. My coworker, she used to cook with her grandmother. All these years of knowledge of learning these recipes that she learned from her grandmother. And her grandmother passed away some years ago. And I'm like, you have a wealth of knowledge in your culture, because she's Puerto Rican, in her culture, that you could be sharing. That's how you keep that legacy of your grandmother, what she passed on to you. That's how you keep it going. But because if you think it's you, people love to eat. I know I do. And I'm very good at cooking. And if you put a video of you cooking with the recipe on there, people are inclined to follow it. And I know I will follow it. Because I like Puerto Rican food. But until you overcome, and we talked about doubt in the past, until you overcome that doubt and that fear that you have, that belief in a outcome that you don't desire to happen, a negative outcome, and start putting your faith in what God has blessed you with. He did not put this in you for nothing, for no reason. And he didn't put it in you for you to sleep on it. Sleep's too expensive, and it's not worth it. You could be out making a channel. You should be out making a channel. You should be out starting a podcast. You should be out writing the book. Whatever God has placed in you, your wealth of knowledge and the things that you have gone through, the things that you have experienced should be used to help someone else. But what benefit is it if you take all of the blessings and the gifts that God has given you and you just keep it to yourself? You don't use it to edify anyone else. You don't use it to grow anyone else. You don't use it to benefit anyone else. But you stay making sure that you're taken care of. You stay making sure that you're entertained, that you find pleasures, it's selfish. Sleep is so selfish. I got to think about it. You know why? Because I have people that rely on me. I have a daughter that relies on me. So it is up to me. I got family members. I want to make sure that my mom is taken care of. Like, I have people that rely on me, but if I'm going to be selfish, I don't mind staying asleep. If you're going to be selfish, you don't care about being asleep. You're good with being asleep. But you got to stop being selfish. You got to start being selfless. Like, you got to be more concerned and more interested in the things that other people are going through, the things that other people are dealing with. And 9 times out of 10, there's so many people dealing with the same things that you are dealing with, or going through the same thing that you went through, that you got over, that you got through, that you got past. And they're just sitting there waiting for someone just to give me some help. Help me. And you have that capability. You have that ability. You're that person that could help, but you choose not to. Because you want to be entertained. You want to be asleep. It's a choice that you can make. When will you stop being selfish? And when will you start being selfless? And wake up. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for what you got to give to me. I use YouTube and social media to educate myself. And there's so much on here that I just want to learn. Like, I'm a person that always just wants to learn. There's so many things. I feel like I'm handicapped, and I'm handicapping myself when there's something that I can learn and I choose not to learn it. But I also know that I'm handicapping myself when there's information that I have and I choose not to share it. That's selfish. Stop being selfish. Start waking up. I know there's something that God has called you to do. He has placed gifts in every person. We are all created for a reason. We're not all created for ourselves. That's not how that works. I'm waiting for your benefit. Because when you benefit me, I can benefit you. When you benefit others, when you pour into others, I'm telling you, when you start pouring into others, there's no greater pleasure. There's no greater joy. There's no greater feeling. Like, I get it. I get it. I know you get excited when your team wins the Super Bowl. I know you get excited when your team wins a championship. I know you get excited when your favorite artist drops a new album. I know you get excited. I know this entertainment. I know there's nothing wrong with being entertained sometimes, but if that's the majority of what you do, if you're entertained all day, every day, no, that's a problem. People who sleep consume more than they produce. But when you start producing, and when people start benefiting from what you produce, when you start seeing changes in people's lives, when people reach out to you and say that what you did or what you said or what you shared on social media, what you shared on your YouTube channel, what you shared in your book, what you shared, it changed me. Like I remember when I worked for the Boys and Girls Club, and a lot of the things that I did, I felt like I was always like the stern one out of the group. I was the one that if the kids were not behaving, I had to come and step up, especially when I was a unit director, especially when I was a branch director. I built it that way because I wanted them to see my staff, who they see all the time, as people that they can feel comfortable with. Not to say that they let them just do whatever, but I was cool with being the disciplinarian person. And I thought that the kids did not like me because of it. I thought they were, here he comes. Here comes Marcellus. Oh, here comes Mr. Marcellus. No. I remember I went to a restaurant 10 years later, and I saw one of my kids, and I didn't recognize him because he, when I had him, he was a child. Now he's a grown adult, and he almost broke down in tears when he was talking to me. And he was like, it's like I'm seeing my dad. And I knew his situation when I remember. I was like, because he was raised single mom, raised single family. Dad didn't have much of a relationship, and to him, I was that father figure, which tripped me out because I was only 19 at the time. But it brought me so much joy to know that I had an impact on someone's life that big, on someone's life. And I remember that specific child was a problem child. Great kid, brilliant kid. Had a lot of issues that he was dealing with at home. And he acted out because of it. And I just never gave it up on him. I never kicked him out the club. Most people will kick people out the club or just throw you to the side because they don't want to deal with you. But I just did not for any kid. And I found I love the fact that when you treat people with love and respect, they may not remember what you did. I want to say it's Maya Angelou said that they may not remember what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And that particular boy, I made him feel loved and respected. I made him feel like he was someone. I made him feel like I was not going to give up on him. And years later, he still remembered me because of it. Like I'm 29, 30 years old now. Hadn't seen him in probably like, I want to say 6 or 7 years or whatever case may be. But he remembered me. That's the impact that you have. That's the ability that you have. But you cannot impact anybody's life. You cannot affect change in anyone's life if you won't choose to affect change in your own. If you won't wake up and stop being asleep. You don't know whose life, who's waiting for you. What boy, what girl is waiting for you? What man, what woman is waiting for you? To wake up, to get active, to be the person that God has designed and destined you to be. Sleep is expensive. And it's so expensive that it costs you more than you think. Because it doesn't just cost you. It costs your family. It costs your kids. And it costs other people. People that you have not met. People that you may never meet. It's costing them too because you want to be asleep. You want to not share what God has given you. Let's wake up. I hope this message actually spoke to someone. I hope it really got you thinking. Because I promise you, there's something that you have that is amazing, that's magnificent, that is beyond anyone can measure. And God is just waiting for you to step into your destiny, just waiting for you to step into it, just to walk into it. The enemy wants you to be asleep, and he's designed so many ways for you to stay asleep. And these people who are keeping you asleep get paid very well to do so. There's nothing wrong with being entertained in moderation, but it shouldn't be the only thing that you do. It shouldn't be everything that you do. It's time to wake up. If this message blessed you, please hit a like. Please subscribe. But until next time, I'm Minister Crush. Peace.